we go. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, let's pause that. What am I listening to? Oh, okay, this. Okay. All right. Here we go, boys. Let's see. Accept all cookies. Give them to me. Okay, slushy. These all look. I mean, the Coven Chongo one's kind of cool. It's kind of annoying that like there's just more DJ skins in the game now. Whatever. Crab Rave Capri is cool, but he doesn't have the actual crab dance, so I think that's kind of lame.
My brother has disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us. I will not hesitate to bring him down.
What do you guys think about that voice actor? So people are mad because this isn't the same voice actor that voices her in the show. And they added her on Twitter, and apparently Hi-Rez just never asked her. It's like a union thing. They just wanted to get a unioned worker instead of the lady who actually voices Azula. So people are mad about that. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, like, whatever, you know, it kind of sucks, right? Like, if they didn't even ask, you know, like, whatever. Like, that's the thing, right? So, I used to say, like, a couple years ago, I always thought becoming, like, a voice actor would be a really cool career path. But everyone else probably thought that at the same time. And now it's, like, such a fucking shitty industry. There's so much bureaucracy already. And it's just, like, it really seems like such a shitty, like, industry to get into.
Data assimilated. Threats identified.
Okay, another annoying. I mean, I'm never gonna see an Opwash ever. Sea Nymph Soul.
Finally! The storms are gone and the sea is calm and pristine!
Is that the new Athena? Wow. Wow, dude.
Wisdom and strategy are better defenses than shields and armor.
Oh, this on her skin's actually...
I could have been a hero. I chose to be awesome instead.
That's a pretty cool skin. But dude, the mega lol on her. But dude, let's go. New Athena looks pretty cool. All right. All right, I don't care about skins. Quality of life starter items will appear in the search bar in the item store. In the case of an early surrender, the winning team will now acquire a reduced amount of MMR. Losing team still has no gain of MMR or TP. The player who disconnected loses full MMR and receives deserter penalty, even if they reconnected. Yeah, fuck them. Good. Fuck them. Can you do Athena again? Sure, dude.
Wisdom and strategy are better defenses than shields and armor.
Huh, okay. All right. Ranked. Season 8 brought some big changes to our rank system. The removal of variants has a lot of our best players to reach the MMR cap rather quickly. Hey, that's true. To keep the very top end of the leaderboard competitive, we're going to be re-implementing MMR ranked resets for only the top players. Players at all other ranks should see no changes. This should lead to a new race to Grandmasters. Ranked resets are returning and will only apply to Diamond 1 and above players. So wait. This update will, in this update, all players above D1 and TP and MR will reset to D1 rank. Okay. All right. That makes sense then. I mean, like, that's okay. All right. I guess, you know, like, really there's like 3 tiers of ranked players, right? And like plat is like average. There's shit, plat, and then there's everything else. And these are just going to be for like the everything else players, I guess. Which isn't, I mean, like, that isn't always a good thing. It's not really hard to get to Masters or Diamond 1. So, I mean, like, they're still going to be, like... Now it's like, they'll just... In the beginning of every season, they'll be able to queue with, like, you know, the best players and whatever. It is what it is. I don't really care that much. I don't really care. Achilles' lore text to accurately describe Patroclus as his lover. This change was brought about by the Olympians in a discussion on our LGBT gods. Ancient mythology has many examples of gods displaying their sexualities, and Smite wholeheartedly embraces our LGBT characters and players. Achilles is being updated because his relationship is one of the most clearly documented, and his lore specifically cites his relationship with Patroclus. I can't say his name, dude. Other gods had similar relationships, even though their Smite lore text does not describe it. Hey, dude, that's for you, Chaos. They're looking out for you, dude. They're looking out for you, dude. Hey, dude. There it is. There it is, dude. They're trying to get. They know Overwatch is dying, dude. They gotta get the fucking they gotta get those players somehow, dude. They buy so many skins. Gilgamesh is also a god to consider in this discussion. When analyzing the wording and themes of his epic, it is a common conclusion that Enkidu and Gilgamesh were romantic partners. The author clearly wanted to portray that their relationship was very special and unlike any other. However, much less is known about Babylonian culture than Greco-Roman culture, and many scholars are still divided on this issue. We're leaving Gilgamesh and Enkidu's relationship status up to each individual player's interpretation. Okay, so, but I mean, I don't know enough about lore, right? But doesn't Achilles have, like, multiple partners beyond just the one that's gay, right? Like, his gay partner, right? So, like, they're doing it for Achilles, but not Gilgamesh. Like, I get what I guess that's a good point, right? Like, there's a lot more. I don't really care about this that much, but, like, I don't know. That seems like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it doesn't really, like, they could have just said, like, yeah, Gilgamesh could be, but, like, we're leaving that one up to the player's interpretation. Like, why not do that for both? Why do they have to decide the partners for these people who may just be sexually ambiguous, you know? Like, maybe back then people were bi. Who cares? You know? Like, let them be, like, what the fuck, dude? Now, it's just kind of weird that they're, like, they're saying, okay, well, this one, anybody can think whatever they want, but this one's gay. For sure, we know that. Yep, That's kind of weird, but whatever. Sometimes the rigorous schedule... Okay, so here we go. Let's get into the real shit. I would like to note these aren't actually real people. Hey, decreased movement speed... Neither are people from Georgia, so... Decreased movement speed from 20% to 10% and attack speed from 20% to 15%. Awesome, dude. Keep nerfing crit, dude. That's what I'm happy about. Upgraded shell no longer provides block stacks. We fucking did it, boys. This relic has been the premier defensive choice for 2 years now. I only had to spam it every game to Masters and West Coast games on Janus. Fucking porting in, like, shelling my whole team and porting out, dude. That's all. That's all it took. Many gods are heavily weakened by the blocks, so they're being removed and replaced with more fair basic counter that should be... that's great, dude. It's not suspicious at all that the patch that Pele gets an incredible skin for her, that they're doing this, dude. Incredible stuff, you know? Like, I get it, High-Res. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Upgraded shell no longer provides block stacks. Instead, the buffed god takes 50% less damage from basic attacks for as long as they have the health shield. So is that, like, if you're getting crit, is it, like, 50% less crit, too? Or so then how does this, like, combo with Spectral? Right? Because I guess, okay. I don't know how this works. So if the shield gets blasted off, it does nothing? As long as they have the health shield. Yeah, that's true. Wow, because the shield doesn't actually have that much health. You're right. It doesn't take that long to get it off. So if you're, like, punching someone as Merc. Hey, baby, Merc is back on the menu, boys. Oh my god, they buffed the alternate timeline? Fuck yeah. I mean, I never get Sands of Time, so... I liked building this, though. It was fun sometimes. Starter, Archmage's Gem, added 200 mana. And they buffed this? Okay, I guess. Whatever. They were already good, but whatever. Bumba's Spear, added 10% CDR, removed 200 mana. Passive now provides a 10% power buff for 10 seconds durations after jungle camp structures and jungle bosses. No longer provides bonus gold on jungle camp structures and jungle bosses. Huh. Yeah, we could listen to some music, huh? There we go. So we don't have, like, the awkward silence, right? Mannequin Hidden Blade. So this is the other one, right? Or is this the upgrade? Remove basic attack power? Whatever, dude. No one's gonna buy that. Okay. Increased attack speed. Increase the duration of the buff passive that allows you to see wards from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. That's pretty big, dude. 10, like, that's double the attack speed. Huh. Wow. Increases health steal on passive from 25 to 30. Decrease cooldown from 10 to 8. Increase physical protection from 10 to 15. This effect now only gives one nearby ally the bonus gold and XP. There is an issue where this item was splitting its reward nearby allies and it's... Damn. This caused some players, in conjunction with a rounding up rule we added in a previous patch, to generate quite a bit of extra gold and XP when stacked. Dude, that guy that was Kali in my games, this is what he was abusing. Okay, that makes sense, because I remember looking at his gold, and I was like, dude, that Yo AOC guy, or whatever the fuck his name is, I remember, like, he bought Benevolence Kali, and he would have, like, 800 more gold than the other jungler, and the game would, like, it would just be, like, 5 minutes into the game. I prefer awkward silence to shit EDM. Well, that's too bad. You're gonna listen to anything I feel like listening to, bitch, because this is my stream. This item now provides 8 gold per 5. That's cool. I mean, like, it's the upgraded version, though, so I feel like the gold per 5 at 17. Whatever, dude. Increased health and mana restored from the passive from 3 to 4% per assist. Okay. Sharon's coin, here we go. Decrease costs, increase magical power. Damn, dude. Awesome. Increase mana contribution on Book of Thoth by 1%. Increase MP5 from 15 to 20. Okay. Spear of the Magus. Yeah, I saw this on Twitter, dude. This is insane. Added 12% lifesteal. Spear of the Magus and Spear of Desolation often feel like two sides of a similar coin, where one becomes the go-to over the other based on math. That's the way that's worded is just funny to me. Becomes go-to other based on math. While they have their like people are actually able to calculate, like, yeah. While they have their niches outside of what we want to further highlight Spear of the Magus being, this item now provides lifesteal, which only makes it an attractive high DPS lifesteal item, but also bolster lifesteal builds as a whole. So, like, yeah, eventually, like, someone will figure out a solid mage lifesteal build this season. I think that's, like, the direction Hi-Rez wants to take the mage builds, because you need, like, some sort of sustain in a mage build to survive, unless you're, like, Janice or something, and you just have low cooldown. You can just warp everywhere, because that character's OP, right? Like, I think, like, MLC Stealth has had a lot more input, I feel, on mid builds now, because he's always been a magical lifesteal geek, and every item is getting magical lifesteal now. And I kind of like it. I kind of like building it into some items now. It's like Soul Gem I always hated, but like now that I've started playing the game more, it's such a bloated item that's cheap that I feel like they make it like that because it fixes that mid lane like sustainability problem, right? And it's like a core that every mid laner needs to build for, you know, whatever reason. And I don't know, it's kind of boring, but like I get it, right? And I guess this is how they like, you know, they deal with that. The new Mela Renewal has many players itching to try it out. Okay, decreased health. It decreased the time the heal takes to complete from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. At a small cost of personal tankiness, this item will now heal in half the time, making it much more impactful during a fight. Close your eyes. Okay, I mean, like, yeah, I think this item sucks still. I don't really think it's that good. I never thought it was good when they changed it. I miss old Mela Renewal, dude. I liked old Mela Renewal. That was a fun item. That was a fun item. That, like, sure, it was niche, but they didn't need to change it. Like, everything in this game doesn't need to be meta. You know what I mean? Not everything. That's how you get a game with depth. That's how you get a game where people will bust shit out in the SPL that, like, oh, dude, Final K's building Mela Renewal. I didn't know that was good. Look at him. He's stomping, you know, or some shit like that. Like, that's fucking, like, that's fun to me, right? I think that's, like, having items like that no one really buys doesn't mean that it needs to be just changed or whatever, you know? It's like, was anybody really asking for another, like another version of Gauntlet of Thebes that just gives out a stupid, boring aura and just heals? I feel like this is, I don't know. Persephone rework. The Persephone rework has many changes with specific goals in mind. Holy fuck, here we go. Okay, I'd rather just watch the video, because, like, I can read this all day, but I don't actually know what the fuck the abilities are doing until I see it, so. Gilgamesh. Wait, didn't I just write nerfs about this guy? Nerf him some more? It's Gilgamesh. Okay. Decreased burst damage. Okay. Adjusted stun duration to 1.2 seconds at all ranks. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright. Decrease the lifetime of the deployable from 21 seconds to 11 seconds. Results in only 4 basilisks spawning in total instead of 6. Okay. that's a pretty big nerf, dude. I don't know how to feel about Tiamat, dude. That character's like weird, man. You know? Like I feel like like Tiamat's really good, but then she never is, you know? Like she never does well. Yeah, it's a weird character. It's definitely a high skill cap character, I think. I don't know. Have they played her in the SPL? I should probably watch like some SPL matches. Awesome, dude. Buffing Baka. After they nerfed improved Shell. Yeah, this is the character we want back in the meta, dude. Of course. It's a high-pressure solo lane, and even with the upcoming buffs, it looks like Bellona's being left behind. Even when Mannequins was insane for Warriors, she only showed a glimpse of meta play. We're giving her a small bonus to her early lane clear, as well as some more consistency to her ultimate CC. Okay. Increase stun, and increase the damage on her bludgeon. Wow, it's actually a pretty big change. That's 15. Usually it's like 10 or 5, but that's a lot for high res. Okay. Chiron is now a knock-up immune while galloping? What the fuck? That's crazy. Holy shit. He's gonna be like, I thought he was already okay, right? Compared to like some hunters, right? I think he was like average. I don't think he's like the best, but like, dude, that's nuts. Wow. Increased base damage. So like this is something, why is Hi-Rez doing this? This is a problem. You see this right now? So they buff Baka, right? They buff Dodgy, right? These are auto attack based junglers. All these junglers needed was improved Shell to be nerfed, right? Like they didn't need all this shit. I thought Dodgy, like that's just the problem with these characters is like people could just build like 3 improved shells, pop them all, and they do like no damage in a team fight. Like, they didn't need to do that, and then this on top of that, dude. This is too much. This is too much. But whatever, you know, I guess people like Dodgy. Her ultimate's really good, right? Like, I actually like playing Dodgy a lot. I think she's a cool concept, but, yeah. Oh, shit. It's Fafnir buff time, but don't get too greedy. Okay. All right. Decrease cooldowns. What is that? That's his, this cooldown also applies to his ability. Oh, so that's his 1. Okay. So it scales now, cooldown-wise. Okay. And then the 2, that's the 2, right? Decrease cooldown, this ability. Oh, that's his 3. Okay. They used the wrong pictures. Oh, that's, okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So they buffed his 1 and his 3. No one plays support at high res. It really seems like that, huh? Like yeah. Yeah. The queen returns. Hera was top of the meta for a while. Dude. Okay. Increase magical power scaling on her polymorph. Increase health shield. Increase health shield from 2... Dude, this is not... Okay, wait. Okay, so they increased it early, but then they nerfed it late. Okay. I guess. Increase health shield. Okay. I guess. Yeah. All right. Hey. I don't know. Like, this is just math, you know? I guess they, like, you know, we'll see. Decrease cooldown on his slipstream. Oh, so it scales now, too. Damn. So they're going back. Like, I feel like a long time ago, Hi-Rez, like, took all the scaling, like, cooldown abilities and just made them, like, a static cooldown. And now they're going back where, like, all the cooldowns are gonna scale again. We're going back in time. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess it's okay. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's whatever. Healing debuff, decrease cooldown. Yeah, like, okay. They buff Mulan, increase the... Okay, this character's still gonna suck. Whatever. All right, what now? We got the bonus update notes. All right. Spear of Desolation. Decrease the amount of cooldown subtracted from an ultimate ability from 8 seconds to 6 seconds when this item's passive triggers. I don't think Spear of Desolation is the item in the mage build that needs to be adjusted, right? Like, I guess this is okay, right? Spear of Desolation's a really good fucking item. And, like, I guess they can nerf it, right? Like, whatever. But, I mean, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's not really an item that... I don't know. I feel like Soul Gem needs more of a nerf than that. All right, here we go, dude. This is what I've been waiting for. Fucking finally. Decrease physical power. Okay. Increase cost. Okay, we'll see. And then they did the same for shifters, huh? That's what I figured they would do. Just barely, right? Oh, and they nerfed Bumba's hammer. Decreased cooldown from 20% to 10%. Removed all penetration percentage. Damn, dude. Damn. Fuck junglers. Good. Fuck junglers, dude. Fuck junglers. Alright, Gilgamesh. Decrease basic attack damage from 3.5% to 3% of his max health per hit. You know, I actually learned that last night. I didn't know that his auto attack scaled off of the max health. That's crazy. Yeah, that's actually nuts. They really want people to pick up I? Yeah, I don't know. Hyra's like, they don't change the mechanics of the game at all, right? But they expect people to not build like Bluestone, right? Is there going to be a Bluestone nerf? Because we're at Gods. I guess there's no Bluestone nerf, huh? That's awesome. So, like, yeah. I mean, the name of the game in Smite has always been pressure. That's just how it is, boys, right? I wish the game was more strategical where you could, like, you know, okay, so the enemy solo laner is a high-pressure solo laner that's going to build Bluestone. Let me build someone like, I don't know, Fafnir solo, and then build, like, a warding sigil or, like, some, like, defensive-esque item, and then, like, you know, just stall out and farm up because I'll be better late game, right? Like, other MOBAs have shit like that. Smite does not. And it's never going to change. It's been 8 years, or whatever, however many years now. And, like, I've always wanted it to kind of go in that direction where, like, you have more options than just pressure, pressure, pressure. But this is the game we play. And, like, the reality is the characters that can take advantage of things that make them clear the way faster will always be better than other characters. And so that's why, you know, the Bluestone Warriors are going to be shitting all over Gilgameshes that go solo. And I don't know. I get they want people to do this, but like with the way Smite is built, with the way Conquest works, and the way how small the map is and stuff like that, and how like you can just take jungle camps after a gank, and like, you know, the enemy jungler can get so like snowballed off of that, or you know, your jungler, whatever. Like, it's never like, unless they change core mechanics of the game, just changing items is not gonna do that, you know. Unless they make, like, the other side of it, like, extremely OP, where, like, you know, you can start to build these items that are, like, super, like, scaly late game, but I don't know. Yeah. Too many camps to clear, honestly, and that's the prime issue. Yeah, but if they don't have that, then the jungler has to, like, leech out of more waves. And the mid wave is already so fucking contested with the support and the mid laner. It's, I don't know. Like, they don't, they could just, I don't know. Like, that's it. Like, that's the problem with Smite Conquest, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about the same shit for 9 years now, but, like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Season 8 was defined by Tiamat and continues to be. Her stats have seen significant drops from previous nerfs, but she has continued to be highly prioritized at pro play. Decrease healing of the large heal from 40 plus 8 per level. All right, cool, man. Math. Tsukuyomi, they nerfed his ult. Okay, that makes sense. Guan, okay, these are all good nerfs. The bonus updates are actually really good. I feel like the bonus updates, they get shit that's like, I don't know. This is like all good stuff that like is good and ranked, and I could see why they nerf it, you know? Guan's horse, this was the hardest hitting physical ability in the game, so. I mean, Guan is still going to be really good because he's Guan, but I guess, you know, whatever. The horse is amazing. The horse is amazing. Alright, and they nerfed Apollo. Decreased his stacks gain from damaging an enemy god with an ability from 2 to 1. Okay. Decreased movement speed debuff on his dash. Okay. Increased mana cost on his ult. Okay. Alright, that's, yeah, okay. Now we're going in the right direction. Confound. The Goddess of Wisdom is playing better than ever, and soon to be looking and sounding better too. Adding damage to Confound caused a huge reaction in her metrics, so we're toning that back slightly along the same exact lines. There has been a lot of discussion on changing more of Athena's abilities, but the design team feels that those work well together and in the spirit of her kit, so instead of reworking other abilities, we're going to keep looking at the core balance functions like damage, durations, and cooldowns. So they're sticking with the damage taunt, dude. We're living through this. This is our life now, huh? It reverted the duration increase. Okay. So the mid game Taunt duration got nerfed. Decreased magical damage scaling from 30% to 20%. Okay. Okay, I mean, she still just has everything else. I mean, but, you know, hey, I'm okay, you know, whatever, right? Like, AoE autos, fucking, whatever. She's still gonna be banned. On her. Decreased physical power scaling from 80% to 75%. Wait, they're nerfing on her? This god is often to be thought as the perfect test of skill. Anhur has become the absolute #1 most played god in ranked conquest. And with win percent stats that are higher than usual for him, Anhur was also prioritized at the SPL level, and it seems clear that a few damage nerfs would bring him down to the level of other hunters. I think the thing is with Anhur is he's just super easy to play. Compared to like other hunters that have these like, you know, I mean, his abilities cast instantly, and it's very like cohesive, right? Whereas like other hunters are more like methodical, right? Like Chiron and shit. So yeah, that's why people play him, right? You know, whatever. He's still gonna be good. So decreased damage, decreased physical damage reduction. All right, Set's still gonna be banned, so that's good. Whatever. Sobek, the Croc, is consistently a solid pick. Huh. They increased the cooldown on his dash from 13 seconds to 14 seconds. Frick yeah, high res. Good job. All right, let's look at Persephone. I'm ready.
Life updates.
There they are.
For all of the items.
Clumsy's so cute.
Called Kuzenbot. So let's take a look at Kuzenbot Kuzenbo. And I'm super excited for y'all to see this one because I am a really big fan of these it's kind of mechy, but
I know. I want to watch
cutesy.
The skins and see what they look like in game.
I like that combination.
I'll look at Persephone in a second, you know.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That's why YouTube is just
Oh yeah,
awesome.
I mean it can't just be the card art, right? Like the little Nene bot inside of him.
Yes,
it's
he's got a little
that's on the skin.
bot.
Oh, that is
Yep.
super cool.
Super neat. His teeth are terrifying.
Right, a lot of scary things,
Yeah, it
but
looks
then
cool.
also cute.
I think Kuzenbo kind of sucks.
And then we've also
Whoa.
got
Right now.
Stitch Creation Agni
I hope
hitting
people
the
don't play
Talons
him.
of Tyranny event as well.
Maybe he'll get better now
And
that people are
this
playing
one, I
auto
feel
attack
like,
characters, though.
Has got like some serious scary clown vibes, but like
Yeah,
as a doll.
It's like the opposite of like the Ganesha yarn, right? Or
What
the
did he
I'm not
do
sure
to
what that
Ganesh in
line
the
is
bottom
called.
right?
Yeah, who is this?
Like, I was back. Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
creepy.
it's Agni?
Don't like if that's
Spooky.
running at me. I'm
That looks
running.
kind of cool. I like this.
Let's give the voice pack a listen.
This is kind of cool.
Ah, so we have found some foes to vanquish? Yes, let's kick the stuffing out of them!
All right.
Yeah,
It's
those
gonna come with the
greens
two
really
different-
What is this, Tiamat?
So as a
Love the
reminder, this will be coming
spines.
out with the bonus update. So it'll be coming
that's
out
kinda
before
cool, I guess.
Next thing that
Tiamat's got to be
from the
a
SPL
hard
store.
character to make skins for.
Balance.
All right, let's look
Yes.
at Persephone.
Time?
Let's go ahead.
on her, which is really rough. She was one of those characters that when you had to fight against her, you
I want to hear Pon Pon.
blog
Yeah,
post.
I want to hear him
It
talk.
goes into detail about her win rate stats, which are really low.
Hang on.
across
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. I want to hear everything this man has
Time?
to
Let's go
say.
ahead. It is time. It is time.
I haven't heard anything about this yet.
I don't.
Yeah, no,
well, this
there's
is
been
the
zero feedback, I
balanced
think.
decisions.
I think it has got some people.
These
a
people
little
get
split,
paid
but I
to
think
do
that
this,
once they
so I
what's
wanna
going
see
on
what this
in
man
game
gets
and
paid
get
to
see
do.
Kind of our thought process behind it. I think we'll be able to win some.
Clumsy
people
ain't
over.
got a gamer chair. What's
So,
up, dude?
Let's go ahead and get into a little bit
That
about
sucks.
why you guys think that Persephone needs this rework to begin with.
Here we go.
Yeah, so I would encourage everyone to go read the dev update blog post. It goes into detail about her win rate stats, which are really low across the entire board, her pick rate stats, which are really low across the entire board, the community perception on her, which is really rough. She was one of those characters that when you had to fight against her, you just kind of had some dread. I remember in one of our playtests, one of our playtesters even said, like, man, it was actually kind of relieving walking in here and like fighting a Persephone. And not
Pon
just
Pon
having that
used to be
immediate
like
dread.
very toxic.
And so
back
that's
when he
really,
would play
like, that's the perfect
professionally.
criteria for the
I always
rework
thought that was
candidates.
funny.
You have
Like
this
that,
character
like
who
he doesn't.
really could only
But
excel
yeah,
at the very,
according
very, very,
to
very
people-
top level of play. Only like
Back when he was on
SPL
Denial.
players were really heavily using this character.
Viola-
a lot of people were struggling. There was things that the
I
kit
always
felt
thought that was
clunky or
really funny.
off-putting and push people away. And so we're doing adjustments to really address a lot of those top end concerns. So for example, passive revival, that effect was just really strong, and there's not really a great way to tune that. So that's one of the things that we look to address.
Okay.
as well as what can Persephone do to actually confirm damage, because against good players, you had to rely on the stage 2 plant rather than the stage 3 plant, because no one's going to get hit by the stage 3 plant as long as they have any amount of reaction time, because they know how to juke it. So those are the types of things you're addressing.
Aren't they
giving
auto
Persephone
aim?
more direct control over her kit, as well as giving enemies more clear counterplay opportunities, more clear understanding of where her damage is coming from. And so I think we can get into it and kind of show off the different abilities.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
let's do
head
it.
in game. I'm excited to see everything because I read the blog, but I want to see it in action.
Here we go.
She's
Yeah.
so beautiful too.
And she looks the same, which I think everyone really appreciates.
She does look
the-
cool.
the
I think
artwork.
Persephone,
They really
her
resonate with the
design-
design of her.
Yeah.
Her
kit, not so much,
and the
but,
plants
like,
especially, those are super iconic.
I think she does
those are
look
things
cool.
that like we also really want to preserve. We didn't want to really address any of that
Her-
and touch
her,
any of that
like,
because it's
you know,
all so good.
Details and stuff, and like
Yeah, definitely.
the
This is
ability,
one of my favorite
like art and stuff.
visual gods and goddesses that we have. I just feel like she's just
Dude,
really
I can't
pretty.
get this. Okay, there we go.
And she summons crazy, creepy skeletons.
All right, here we go.
So let's start going through the main kit. So her one previously it had a you'd fire it and you had to really lead your targets because it was
Hard to
had a
hit.
very long cast time and didn't
Oh,
update
God
your aim.
forbid.
As well as for pro players, the range in it was so long that you couldn't help but just be poked by this and zoned by this and have to give up so much pressure.
That's
So now
okay,
it's going to
that's
be
why.
a more kind of standard mage ability where you fire this out, it's passive minions, damage, and stops on targets.
Yeah, this is what I thought they were
so
gonna
you can
do.
see
Make
here,
this ability
fire
like
just forward hits, slows the target there. As well as I can now aim it and update it to send it flying to new targets after I fire it, which will just make this ability feel a lot more intuitive with how most other
Okay,
mages
yeah,
feel
I like
when you
that.
pick up a character in
because like
Smite.
before it would
You can see
kind
it
of feel
still
like shit.
places
You
a
couldn't
harvest
flick
plant
it.
at
It
the
just
feet where
kind of
it
was like
hits, or at max range. So you can
Yeah,
see
okay.
here I throw it out there. You got that skull there, so you can still use this to place skulls. So that's the main update here, just making this a bit more intuitive feeling ability in Smite.
awesome.
This was a more minor rework, but the
Thanks,
next ability
Pon.
is going to be like a completely new ability. So this is
All right.
Harvest. You can see this new targeter shape. It's a area with 3 skulls kind of inside of it. You fire it, a brief windup happens and it explodes, creating 3 seeds around it. You can see here I can use this to damage ability or damage enemies. So you can use it to actually poke enemy gods, and you can also use it to poke and set up your seeds at the same time. Skulls, you can also tell, are upgrading immediately to the flower stage. They're no longer
Wow.
going to the bud stage. We're focusing more on you utilizing the charging flowers, and we're giving you much more control over them. So before you'd fire this, and it would just charge at the nearest enemy god and try and follow them. Here you can actually aim it. So you can see when I attack it here, I can aim it, I attack here, it'll try and bite as it gets close. And it's controlled entirely by my basic attack range.
I don't get it.
So you can see
So
here,
it's
like, if
like,
I'm really close, I can aim a little bit to
You
the
plant
right.
the 3, right? But you
It'll
can
go out
also
to the
use it
right,
to
and
detonate.
it'll
So
go
it's
to the
kind of
left,
like
and go to the left.
Opwash's explosion, right?
Send
I
it
think.
wherever I want.
And then
if
so
I have multiple of these
what
out,
what I'm looking at, right, for what it looks like to me, is that the 2 is kind of like Opwash Corpse Explosion, except it plants flowers too, and it plants 3 now instead of just 1 at a time. And also, it looks like her plants are not auto lock anymore. They just kind of go in the direction, which is, I think, better. Like, people who play Persephone, that's why I'm glad I didn't play this character, because busted shit like that is what you get used to when you play a character like this, and it becomes a crutch, right? So, like, now, this is way better. I know Persephone people are going to be mad as fuck, and they're probably on Reddit crying, but, like, this is way better to play against. It just is. I don't know. Yeah, having, like, something auto-lock on you, a flower that does fucking 500 damage, it just was not fun.
we'll let them upgrade a little bit, pre-plan a little bit, and have a backup so I can use. You can send them to, like, hey, they're trying to walk this way. Oh, they're trying to get cut off. I can cut them off this way. Send them out flying that way. You have a lot more play with where you're going to actually send these out.
Okay.
Another important thing is you can send them through the walls. So you can actually catch people who are trying to run through
Wow.
areas. You can catch people who are trying to hide over walls.
That's
There's
pretty,
no
yeah.
escaping her plants. They're
Okay.
nature. They just
God.
kinda move through it.
This is, I mean,
Nature.
this definitely
Nature person.
isn't as good as, like, the fucking, auto-lock, aimbot, but this has playability around it, and I think I like this. I like this way better than how it was before.
So that's the main thing here is it's now a cooldown-based ability, which means as much as you can't do 6 plants immediately from storing them up, over the course of a game with some CDR, you will actually be casting this significantly more often. You will have more plants to play with. Especially when you're trying to Phoenix Siege, you're going to be chucking these at the enemy all the time.
Damn.
I
So
mean,
you can
throwing
just
these
get
out there,
6
trying to poke
flowers.
your opponents
That's
with them,
crazy, dude.
trying to lead them off, head them off. And the most important thing is enemies have a clear understanding
Holy
what they need to
shit.
do to avoid this. They need to get out of the way. They need to try and outrun it. It's no longer this kind of like you have to just have someone tell you, oh yeah, do a little shuffle step like this.
Okay, so this character is completely different now. That's not like planning ahead. That's like you're just casting more abilities now, right? Like this is turning into Scylla with extra
Right.
steps.
So no more
onto
shuffle
the-
step, but more plans.
Onto the third ability. This is going to be very familiar to players. It's just going to the only.
I wonder how the
major
3 works
difference
with it.
is
Yeah.
that now this does damage on takeoff, so you can see that I hurt my target there.
Okay.
As well as I don't have the pre-seed that I get before because there's no tier 2 plant, as well as there's no really harvest ability to cast upgrade. This damage is really there for the Persephone players who were doing the things like casting this and base
okay. So
attacking.
yeah,
After they
that
left
was a
for
pretty
some
big
damage,
way.
just to make sure that that's
A
still
lot of
there if they're
people
escaping from a
would,
target.
yeah,
jumping off.
get poke on this characters by dashing the
That's what makes me
flowers.
think of.
So
Actually, that was when we were developing her initially. That was like one thing we wanted to be sure that
Okay,
you could do
I
was,
guess
like,
whatever.
backflip. We were talking about like how backflip interacts, making sure that she could go over walls because this was
That
considered
shit
a
at your
leap, and
Phoenix
making sure
line?
that
Yeah,
was
that's what
very
I'm
clear to
saying, dude.
players. So yeah, it does have a little bit of that feel.
I mean, there's like playability
Obviously,
around
the other
it, but
combo you can do
yeah,
now
that does
is
look pretty
you can
good.
drop these down,
That
have
looks
3
pretty
plants
strong.
immediately and send them out flying.
Imagine just like
one
yeah,
problem
dude.
Persephone had
Holy
that we wanted to address
fuck.
with this was if you didn't have a garden set up, you were kind of at the mercy of how the fight was going that you couldn't really contribute much to outside of a single exploding plant. You now in a situation where you got caught off guard completely. Maybe you had to rotate because your team moved in a direction that doesn't make any sense. They just decided to chase a kill. You can now pop this down and then leap and send a charging army at your team pretty much on demand, which is definitely a lot more flexibility than she had before.
Wow. Okay, I thought you weren't able to do that anymore. You
And
can still do that?
finally-
That's nuts. So you could just
We'll see
dash
if
away and
off
send them
orbit
at
behaves.
people?
It doesn't
Oh,
like
this
you
will be
always.
interesting.
The ultimate, previously what would happen is you wouldn't be able to move further out. Now that
Okay.
see, Bot's Orbit doesn't behave. That Odin did not respect
What?
anything.
Before did.
Oh, okay.
Before you if you moved ever closer, you get more constricted. The ultimate was a huge pain point at the top level because it is a projectile that travels globally.
Yeah, it made no
has a big
sense.
effect
It makes no
area, and
sense.
it
You're
didn't
trying to
feel
make
like
this like
you could ever
planning
really
like
counterplay
garden
it. Let's see,
character, and then
Bot's
you just
Orbit
throw
is
this
gonna
giant
think it'll
fucking
behave.
wad of vines
Um,
across the map.
It just felt
makes
very
no
restricted
sense.
to play against, but we like the
But I
core
guess now
identity
it
and feel
does.
this
This is-
ability.
yeah.
The idea that the enemy team can come and try and save their trapped teammate.
Wow, so
And so one thing that alleviated a lot of the frustration.
I think I
about
really
fighting
like
was
this
that
rework,
max
dude.
range movement. You can
I
actually
think
move
I'm
up
gonna
to
start
max
playing
range now,
Persephone
which
more.
means
I don't know if she'll be
Persephone's
good
gonna have to
though,
work a
right?
little
Like
bit
she
harder
might
to
be
damage
shit
you.
now.
It's not going to be so free if they catch
Who
you
knows?
close to the center of it. It's
I
not
don't
gonna
think
be as
she's gonna be,
immediate of a
though,
beast
like-
burner. Teams have more opportunities.
She has a
to play it out
dash.
before
She
they
has a
decide they
really
need
good
to burn
ult,
beads.
and her abilities
Just
don't like.
more
I don't know, they
opportunity,
don't
which
seem
is
that hard to
the
land.
theme of things. So the core thing is playing against Persephone should be a lot more intuitive. It should feel a lot
Look at him go,
better.
dude.
It's a lot more manageable. But Persephone herself has more confirmable damage with firing these abilities. She can use the slow to line up targets. She can control the direction they run. She can use this to cut off targets. Her ability to influence what her plans actually do and how successful they are is now in her hands versus the hands of some AI. And
Okay.
then finally, we have the passive rework, which was one of those effects that even if she only did CC, let's say you took all damage off her and she could only do CC, there's something inherent about Smite where when you kill a target, you should feel rewarded and successful for having done the thing. You pick out the Persephone. If you lose a fight because she could still contribute and she still was able to turn the tables,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how balanced it might be. Hi, Kernanos.
Oh, it sounds like.
Kernanos is just chilling over there.
What's going on,
You
Curtis?
jump scared me.
It sounds like.
No matter how fair it might feel or it might be, it's not going to feel fair. And so we thought about what we want to do. The
So did
passive.
they
We thought the
okay.
idea of her going to this death realm and reviving and doing something after she dies was still very core to her thematics and something players would appreciate. So in this case, let me turn off God mode.
Okay.
You now enter the death realm. You can see I now can't see anyone. I can't interact with anyone. I don't know where anyone is, but now I'm in this kind of planning stage. So let's say I die in mid lane and I think, hey, they're gonna have a fight around Fire Giant.
This is
Let's
awesome.
place a few seeds here. Then let's maybe walk over here, put one back here, one back
I
here.
can't wait to die on this character,
and then
dude.
finally, just in case, I'm going to put one in mid just to make sure I'm
This
good
is
to go.
way better
You place
than
up to
how it
6
is
seeds in
how
the
it was
state, you have
before,
all
dude.
the time that you would normally be respawning.
This is way better
Your
than how it
respawn
was
timer
before,
has
dude.
started.
Fuck that, like,
So you can see
living
I have
past death
28
shit,
seconds
dude.
to respawn. So being in the state
That's
is
why
no
Pon
negative.
had to give that giant speech right beforehand, dude. All the Persephone mains are probably so pissed they're not allowed to fucking cheese you with this dog shit ass character anymore and live after
to
death.
you. It's entirely just something that you get to do for free. It doesn't cost seeds to enter. And then once you decide to respawn, so I'm going to right click here to exit the state. I have 17 seconds. I'm just going to revive immediately because I'm a hacker.
And you still get the
see
gold for the
now.
seeds as well.
And you still get the
Ooh.
gold for the seeds as well. So you're still rewarded for actually utilizing the garden, creating a whole bunch of plants using
This
them.
is awesome.
You can see now that I have exactly where I placed them. If a fight breaks out in mid, I at least have something to immediately use before I start using my 2. I have plants around fire giants if I need to rush there and start.
I think
contesting
this
that
is really
immediately.
cool.
Before I might have to use this ability.
Like,
to,
I think
set
that's
up
really
something,
cool.
And then the enemy team starts fighting, and I've lost one of my core damaging abilities. If you can plan ahead, you get rewarded by having a garden there for you to utilize immediately. So definitely something that you're gonna have to have a lot of map awareness to make effective. But definitely just something that she
It's
brings
when you
that's unique
die.
to her.
Yeah, you don't.
that is
Your death timer starts when you die,
reminiscent of the
but you
idea
can
that
cancel
she-
the.
When she dies, she revives and gets to do something, which we thought was core to her identity.
Wow.
I feel like that really.
I think
should
it's
be
kind of
the-
useless. You're locked to
cute
6 plants and they
cultivator
already
skin or
spawn
whatever.
nearly
She's,
instantly.
like,
Oh,
such a
really?
gardener.
Huh.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah, I guess that's
and
true
that was
then.
actually
If you're
something to
locked
go
to
through and make
6
sure-
plants,
there's a
this
few new
isn't-
effects.
yeah,
So
okay.
for anyone who is interested to look at this,
Wait, so you can only play. Fuck, that's not good, dude. That sucks. If they made it so the plants you place in that death stage don't count towards the 6 you can place, it would be perfect. It would be perfect. Her max plant count is still 6. Make it so you can plant in the passive, and the ones that you plant stay. That's the whole point. That will keep this character's originality alive. The whole point of like setting up beforehand. I mean, like, you have to die, I guess, to set up properly now. This character just seems like another artillery mage now, right? Like, she just has 2 giant circle. Okay, she has a line and 3 circles now, and then a giant wad ultimate. Like, I'm definitely going to be playing this character a lot more just because she's just going to be a really good mid laner, right? Like, she's going to be, like, yeah, I don't know.
like for example, this targeter as well as that explosion effect and everything. That's a completely new effect.
Very
There's
safe
a
with
few
her
other
dash.
New effects and sound effects here and there. So you'll be able to explore all the skins and see those
What's
as well.
up,
What they
Lan?
look like. I think in
She's
particular
already supposed
the
to be an
Oblivion
artillery
Queen
mage?
one looks really cool.
I don't know.
The
I like the
explosion there is
idea
really neat. It
before,
has like this,
but like
white
her
skull
kit
that
definitely
pops
didn't
up in
make
the center.
sense.
Just really cool
I mean,
stuff
it still
there.
didn't, but now it like
So-
she isn't what she originally intended to be now, I think. But this is definitely way better. I think this is way better.
Super happy with everything.
Awesome.
I'm hoping everyone enjoys Persephone to play. I encourage everyone to go on the PTS, try it out.
Yeah, I think
you'll
this
find
is
that
way
your
better.
Playstyle loop is very
I mean, like
similar.
a lot of
You have a lot
Persephone
of
mains,
tools
so
at your
that
disposal
I'm
that
really
you
glad
can
I did not play this character
do.
because I would be
I think one
pissed
time
the
we were
fuck off
fighting
right now,
Clumsy.
right? Like that I
forced him
can't
with
do the OP
5
bullshit
to
that
run
character's
into
been
the
able to get away
jungle.
with for like 3 years.
Yeah.
But I
just kept
Oh,
zoning
that's
him
fun.
I don't know.
all
I
the way to the
expected
right
that
way,
to
the
be a
jungle
lot
came over
worse.
the wall.
I mean,
and we
they
just
did make
confirmed
the
kill.
character
And
like
that's
much
kinda neat
easier to
stuff I
play,
did not
but
have
you know,
control to do
whatever.
versus before having to rely on this random RNG AI.
Now show us
Yeah,
Athena's
playing with and
thighs.
against Persephone, I'd say for those
Ooh.
that think that her
Ooh,
Exciting
here we
thing
go.
happened a little bit better with her hair, and she's got an updated voice pack as well. So we'll go
Okay.
over that.
yeah, that's huge.
Here we go.
And so
Mhm.
we've updated her
Ooh.
base, her masteries, and her recolor as well.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cool. The legendary coloration's so great.
Yes,
That looks
yes.
really
I love
good.
the recolor. That red,
Ooh.
it pops. I love it. If you
Very
are
cool
curious,
stuff.
though, if you are all about the classics, we will have the classic skin available for purchase, and it will use the old voice pack, and you can get that for either.
My brain's
favor
pretty
or
smooth when it
gems.
comes to HOTS. I just mained Muradin and threw
oh,
hammers at people,
yes.
while Allied would
I
play
want to cosplay this so bad. This is
Abathur or whatever, the
beautiful.
dude that would control people. Yeah.
I'm so
multiple
glad
things.
we've like revisited some of these older characters. The Sobek,
Wisdom
Athena
and
now,
strategy are
Varys.
better defenses than shields and armor.
I think she looks good. I think this is nice.
Oh
yeah.
my
It's
goodness.
Athena.
Yes, and I love.
about
I'm
that
glad they
wisdom.
kept like the shield spear
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, the art team revisiting these older
This looks
characters and
good.
updating them has been really cool to see what they do with them.
Just like brings like a new life to these characters. It's awesome.
Nice
to see.
feet.
Yeah, and like we said, the kit will be staying the same. So if you are an Athena main, your playstyle will stay the same. You'll just look a little bit more stylish.
Which now your confound is nerfed, so you know.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, like, it
You're
still
still
does
pretty
damage
strong.
now.
You're still
yeah,
pretty happy with the nerf.
I don't know, dude. It's not really.
Well, we've got tons of other cosmetics that are going to be coming to the battleground with the 8.5 Monstercat update on May 18th.
Okay, I mean, like, that's cool. What about
I'm scared
Azula?
right now. Are those exposed?
Yeah,
Oh.
but scary also.
What the hell is that? I didn't look at
Well,
those
he's
skins.
standing
Okay, that's the
seat.
Apwash. That's Odin. Shark
I love it.
Odin.
I love his head. I love his face. I love his eyes. I love his smile. But let's give the voice
That's
pack a
cool.
listen.
I like the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the eyes, right? Yeah.
I will say the wrath of the sea.
I think there's probably a recolor with blonde hair.
Yes. I love it. He's so
Looks so cool.
Full around.
Super bright.
Heels.
That's cool.
Heels.
Not gonna play that
forever.
character.
So here
That's Soul. Oh yeah,
Listen.
dude. Okay.
Finally! The storms are gone and the sea is calm and pristine!
Okay. Let's look at
I
Azula.
am
For Ingrid
so
stuff is
excited
super
for
neat.
Here we go.
The amount they pour into this, it's really cool.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and they're
awesome.
super
making sure
fans,
that those
too.
details-
Like we have like a team that's like the Avatar Strike team, and they're like
Yeah.
all super fans of
Oh,
Avatar.
shit.
So they're super passionate. They make sure that everything is like top tier for this skin.
Yeah, that's cool.
that's
I'm
awesome.
glad
I'm
like
sure that
these
working on it
guys
for
are
them
able to
was,
be
like,
like passionate about the
really
things they
incredible.
work
All of
on,
the
you know?
Avatar
Like
stuff.
I okay, like I shit on the developers a lot, right? Cuz I shit on like the top-down bureaucracy of Hi-Rez all the time and I always will, right? Like that's why my stream I've never been like connected with any Smite game and shit like that. Right, because I like this game has sold out Smite so many times, and that's why Smite never reached the peak of its potential. It's just the truth. But like I feel like the people that are the artists that work there and make the skins are actually very talented. They keep this fucking game going. It's the same thing with Blizzard, right? All the Blizzard, like all the expansions in WoW are fucking beautiful, and all the skins in Smite are fucking beautiful, right? And like it's cool that these people can go to college and get an arts degree, right, and actually get a job and like, you know, make a ton of profit for a company just by like generating digital gems, you know? And like that's cool that these people can like work on something that they're passionate about.
Yeah,
I
also
actually
wanted
do
to throw
think that's
out that
awesome.
we have the voice
However,
actress,
right, like,
Megan
you know,
Shipman, who will be voicing.
they still
Azula
have
Pele.
some clowns, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last little note from our audio team was that Pele's sound design works.
Like I
very
wish there
well for
wasn't
Azula,
like
so we're
50
excited for y'all
artists to work on these
hear it all in
amazing
Gateways,
skins
try it out
and
in
like only
PTS.
Ajax, Clumsy, and Pon Pon, you know, as devs. I wish there were a little more devs, but hey, dude.
Let's give the voice
It is
pack
what it
a
is.
listen.
People are mad as fuck about this voice pack, right? Because it's not the original voice
My
actor.
brother has disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us. I will not hesitate to
Uncle
bring him
Iroh
down.
Bacchus. Yeah, what the fuck? Why have they,
yes.
why no Uncle Iroh, dude?
Yes,
he
yes,
has
yes.
like the most dude, he has all the quotes.
Yes, this is so good. Let's head in game to get a better look.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh,
good.
these effects
That's cool.
really, oh my goodness. It is so exciting to see these things like really brought to life in Smite. When I first started playing Smite, like
Yeah, I mean the
6 years
voice
ago or
actor
something,
sounds
I never
alright.
imagined that
It is what it
we would be
is.
where we
I
are
don't
today.
I'm not like
Oh, look at her.
it does suck
Look at her
like
go.
we were talking about earlier with how much
Dude, the music, you hear
voice
it?
acting has changed in that
Yeah, the
industry.
music's
so-
acting during that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, we got the ultimate here.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Nice.
Oh my gosh, that is
Super
so
crap,
dope.
crazy lightning. Oh, I love the sparking effect to show that you're in the ult state.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, this is so pretty.
Yo, good
So
thinking,
hot,
Victor.
dude.
Smart man.
I love how the effects glow and have so much contrast with
Yep.
everybody around them. Beautiful. So
And I
yes,
don't know if you were told,
Okay.
but there's also is a VXG for this too.
Ooh, show us, show us.
He literally marks the ground with using her lighting and fire to like burn the fire or the
Oh
Fire
my
Nation
God.
symbol
Does
into
it
the
stay
ground.
there permanently?
Whoa.
That is
That's
so
pretty cool.
sick.
If it stays there permanently, that's pretty cool, right? Like that'd be BM as fuck.
Really cool stuff there.
You're just
little
planting
touch.
that shit all over the map.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
People are gonna think like some boomers. I thought it was an art trap.
So that will be available on.
I hate how they're
May
ruining this
18th.
game.
And remember, the rest of the Avatar gang will be coming back as direct purchase skins as well.
All right.
Oh yay!
Exciting.
You guys want to see the Monstercat skins?
Pointing the wrong way. How you doing?
Oh, dude, it's Prime Music.
You know,
There he is.
Also,
It's Prime Music.
That's so
shit.
Oh.
He's gonna drop the
That's hitting
bass,
stuff.
dude.
I love how the Ultimate has like
Yeah.
the drop. It's
Oh,
so sick.
shit, dude. Yeah, that's
That's
sick,
so
dude.
sick.
Oh.
Damn. All right. Well, okay. All right. That was good, boys. That was the balance was actually pretty good, and I like the Persephone rework. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts.